Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs from gundam.tk, which is gundamreviews.net, and as it's the year end, I wanted to finish building the Master Grade Full Armor Unicorn Gundam, but something that I've done for the last few years is always to make predictions about what's going to be coming up in my favorite line, the Master Grade line, for the upcoming year, and it's important to go back and check my numbers, and I just gotta go back. For 2010, I was atrocious. I got the G Savior mark, 0 out of 12 or whatever I did. I just completely struck out. So let's take a look at my 2011 predictions, and these run from April of 2011 to March of 2012. Maybe I'll sneak out an extra lucky one. And don't forget after this to stay tuned for my predictions for what's going to be coming out this year and next. So let's go back to the instant replay machine. So first is the Master Grade Delta Plus, which Fantastic! I actually kicked things off with one that actually came true, even though I didn't end up picking it up, but if you played it gold and call it the Delta Gundam, I just might want to, especially if it makes a cameo in the anime. Now a recycled one here, I think the V2 Gundam will finally get its due after that. And it did not, so we've just got the V1 and the V1 Dash and a bunch of unicorn variations, but no love for the lead V2 from Victory Gundam. Next, we're going to have the Nattaku from the OVA and movie Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. And a big nope there is Bandai decided to focus on the earlier forms from Katoki Hajime, which means none of the OVA kits have been released except for the D-Hell Custom, which is pretty disappointing, although hopefully is going to get rectified next year. Next up after that, another recycle. Well, you see the 00 Quanta right there in front of you. Well, it has a frame, and on the sprues it said 00 inner frame or something to that effect. Which means we will be getting a 00 riser. When is it going to happen? 2011, or so says I. And I actually said that one correctly because not only did we get one Master Grade 00, but we got two in the form of the 7 sword variation. Running through the rest, a few easy ones, the Jin X4, which made an appearance at some of the hobby shows earlier as being under consideration. And that consideration came to nothing as, sadly for fans of 00 like myself, there have been no kits on the horizon at all from Awakening of the Trailblazer since the ones that came out outside of Quanta. That's pretty much it. Next up, following along Gundam Wing, I'm going to say that the Heavyarms will be the next most popular. It's popular in the game Gundam vs. Gundam, so hopefully it gets its due in a Master Grade form. And it is going to be getting its due in Master Grade form, and I can't wait for that. And I called these predictions. These were for April to March, and so it coming out in January 2012, just a week away from now, is very exciting, and I'm going to take it as another one in the yes column. And now I'm starting to get into a few more obscure ones. Let's go with the O Gundam. And that's an oh no for the O Gundam. It would have been great in Master Grade, but as mentioned, no 00 kits seem to be getting a lot of Master Grade love at the moment. And I'm stepping out on a limb here a little bit, but we will be getting a Unicorn full armor version, the one where it has the 3 shields, the bazookas, and the Gatling guns. I don't think I was prepared at the time to know just how many weapons this Master Grade Full Armor Unicorn Gundam had, but don't forget you can check out its review since yes, it did come out in 2011 December. Continuing with some wishful thinking, how about the Master Grade Seed Destiny? Seed doesn't get a lot of love. I don't think we're ever going to get a Justice or things like that, but Legend was on the survey of the top 30 that Bandai was looking at and looking for fan input. I think Legend has a shot just to complete the Seed Destiny lineup, and it would look pretty awesome. Don't hold your breath for Providence, although I'd like that too. Now happily that prediction was all wrong, as Seed is about to get a whole bunch of love going into 2012, and with all sorts of stuff on the horizon like Duel and perhaps all of the original suits, Justice and Providence are certainly possible, but no, my prediction of a Legend did not happen. Maybe Destiny will get some love after Seed. But continuing with newer suits, not a lot of UC on here for me, but I'm going to say Zabanya. Because I don't know what I'm talking about, as mentioned, Awakening of the Trailblazer has not received any model kits outside of the original high grades that came out with the movie's release. And in the 00 line, the Susanoo, which was Graham is incredibly popular. This is like a record repeating itself, but no Susanoo, nothing from 00, although it's a real shame because some of those kits are just screaming out for a Master Grade to be made. Maybe we'll have to wait 10 years like we're doing with Seed. And my final pick, I'm only going to put down 12 for the year, is the Marasai. Why? Why? Because once again, I don't know what I'm talking about. In fact, older series like Zeta fans, but 00 fans may have it tough, but old school fans have it even worse with the releases that we saw for Master Grades here in 2011 so far. But what about some of the other lines? Well, I'm going to throw in my picks. We are going to get a real great green Zaku, I'm sure. Yes, for the green Zaku, although that one really isn't hard when you think about it. My next choice after that is going to be the Mark II. And no to the Mark II, which is sort of cool that Bandai's looking to the somewhat near future with Seed as opposed to going back to the classic of Zeta. And then my next choice after that, I don't think Unicorn will get one, but it would be something from 00. So I'm going to call the 00 Gundam or the Quanta. No 00, no Quanta, no Exia, no 00 at all this year, it seems. And for perfect grades, well, there you see it right before you. I think we're going to get a perfect grade 00 Quanta. And sadly, with no perfect grade this year, we've had a really nice run of luck with the perfect grade red frame, and then with the 00 riser, and then with Strike Freedom. But instead, December this year, we got a big master grade in the full armor unicorn, and an age 1 normal 1/48 with large parts and no inner frame. So almost the exact opposite of a perfect grade in terms of complexity. Quanta, maybe one day, I can still hope. And so this year, I'm going to say that getting 4 out of 12 with the Delta Plus 00 and the full armor Unicorn Gundam to go along with the Heavyarms is a big improvement over the 0 that I was batting last year. So that'll wrap up my look back at 2011, but don't forget that you can stay tuned for my picks for 2012, where I'm going to have some of these things are going to be recycled because I still think we've got a shot at some of these. However, with my luck of 0 out of 12, 4 out of 12, anyway, take everything I say with a large grain of salt, please, and I'd love to hear your predictions down below with a comment, video response, anything you want to do. It's always great to hear from you. Anyway, everybody, Robert184, gundam.tk. I do not expect to be right with any of these, but it's always just fun to guess and play along. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye. So there's high grade G Savior. Remember, this kid is so awesome, it doesn't show up in the Gunpla Bibles. But anyway, that's there to remind me that if you haven't seen my previous video, for 2011, I literally called 0 correctly. 0, not 1.